What's up, YouTube? We've got a yo-yo review to do today. This is the TopYo Collossus 4. So I've talked about this yo-yo a little bit already, and for those of you who don't know, TopYo Collossus 4 is a budget yo-yo by TopYo. It's available pretty much everywhere now, and it is the most recent run in a series of yo-yos called the Collossus. I had the Collossus 3 for a little while, and this is the most recent update. Personally, well, before we get into that, let's get into the specs of the yo-yo. Diameter of the yo-yo is 54.96 millimeters. The width is 42.8 millimeters. It has a 4.6 millimeter gap, weighs in at 67 grams, has the TopYo 5-cut center bearing in there, with the TopYo white 19mm slim pads, designed and made in China. Okay, so I feel like this yo-yo misses the mark on several things. So let's get into it a little bit. First of all, what you're going to notice initially is that the profile shape actually looks really great. I really like this profile. This is what drew me to the yo-yo and made me want to get it. It's very Borealis-y, actually. Here it is next to the CLYW Borealis. Now, the Borealis has more cuts, and it's not exactly the same, but it's got that kind of cool, comfortable bell shape with some interesting cuts, etc. That's really, I think, where and the blast finish on the outside is nice. That's really, I think, where the good things end and where the problems start. So you'll notice the cup, it's pretty flat, and it looks like there's a lot of material in there. There is. It's also shiny. You can see they kind of tried to put a finger spin cup in there, but this is polished. You can't really finger spin it unless you're on a fingernail, and even then there's really nothing to lock into. Also, nothing really to lock your finger in on thumb grinds. Not that that's a problem, but the shiny finish is just, I don't know. I don't like it. A lot of companies do it, particularly a lot of Chinese companies do it on their yo-yos. I don't particularly like it, but it's fine. The gap width is another thing that I think really sort of, I think they kind of missed the ball on. 4.5 is pretty standard. 4.6 on a heavy yo-yo, on like a pretty, like 67 grams I guess isn't heavy, but it's heavy-ish. And with these white pads, it's pretty slippy. I've got a pretty thick string on here, and it's still pretty slippy. The other thing is just the way that it plays. There's a ton of center weight and not as much rim weight as I feel like there ought to be. It plays and feels smaller than it is on the string. So it feels like you're playing a yo-yo that's only, this big, but it's clearly this big. And it kind of messes with the stabilization and how stable the yo-yo is and how long spinning the yo-yo is. It kind of hurts the performance. I really wish they would have taken more weight out of the center and pushed it to the rims and maybe used a dimple or something. Like, look, see how they did this here? Like, if you're going to make it shiny, use a dimple or a nipple or something to pull out the center weight. Because, you're going to be finger spinning on this anyway. Why not? Anyway, those are sort of my gripes with it. Let's go ahead and throw it around. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, throw around the TopYo Collossus 4. I have a white shirt on, and I have a white string on this yo-yo, but it's alright. Still see it a little bit. So, if you throw it hard, first throw, you'll be like, this is not bad. A little boring. This is not bad. But, when you go to behind, you're gonna start having some slipping issues. This is a pretty thick string. It's already not bound twice. Okay. Bound a little harder there. Worked out just fine. So gap a little big, and with the white pads and the weight of the yo-yo, I feel like it needs grippier pads. That's just me. The bearing is nice. TopYo uses great bearings. The size is good. But I'm kind of having to work to keep it on plane a little bit, and there it snagged. So. There we go. Not the worst, not the best. I just am not digging the feel, really. And it kind of like starts to tilt, starts to lose spin. And everybody's going to say, well, you know, what do you expect for a $28 yo-yo? I would like for it to feel better than the $20 plastic yo-yo, personally. Grinds are nice, but it's a little vibey. But again, $20 yo-yo, $27 yo-yo on the outside. Finger spins, I don't like the way that finish feels. It doesn't spin good. It just sticks on your finger and throws it off. Again, I don't know why they wouldn't take more weight out of the center, pull it to the rims, and put like a nipple in there. I feel like that would have been a better design element. And, you know, maybe they're trying to keep the cost down or whatever, but I don't necessarily think that that was the best design. Speed kind of makes it fall off plane a little bit. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just okay. Like, it's not the worst yo-yo ever, but with so many good yo-yos that have been coming out, it's really hard to, like, say, I want to play this a lot. Like, it's just okay, you know? The shape is fine. It kind of feels a little, like there's a little too much weight in the center. And, I don't know. Also, it's a little vibey. I'd say it's about a, like, 8 out of 10. Actually, that's not too bad. Maybe like 9 out of 10. I don't know. It's fine. 27 bucks. But the splashes cost a lot more, and they look good. TopYo does really good splashes. But I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't drive me to want to pick it up. It doesn't drive me to want to like play it much, and the overall just kind of weight and feel of it on the string, kind of clunky. Could be better. That's all I'm saying. Let's go ahead and take it apart. I'll show you guys the insides. We'll do pros and cons. Alright, let's take it apart. Show you guys the insides. I think maybe I overhyped this yo-yo in my head just because I like this profile shape so much. And then when I threw it, I was like, I think that might be part of my problem. Okay, so taking it apart, as you can see, they really did put some attention to detail here and didn't blast all the way up to here. So this is not cutting strings. So that's nice. White pads, especially on a thicker gap and a slightly heavier yo-yo. They're okay once you break them in. They're really slippy at first. And then, I mean, I don't know. They're not the best. And I broke mine in a little bit, but I would imagine silicone will probably help a lot if I were to just pull these out and silicone the yo-yo, but I haven't really wanted to do that because it's not that great. It's not that fun of a yo-yo to play. I have more fun yo-yos to play. Love the bearing. TopYo does great bearings. They're literally the best bearings. That's one thing TopYo does every time that's awesome bearings. The cuts and the profile is really great. I think this is a really great, really great profile. It's really like it was really nice. I like this profile a really lot. The cup, I think, is where we get into trouble. So let's do pros and cons. Pros. Cheap. 28 bucks for solid colors. Splashes are 29. So, I mean, you know, 30 bucks for a killer splash. You can't really argue that. Nice blast finish on the outside. Great bearing. You know, cool profile. Those are all pros. Cons. I don't like this shiny on the inside, and I think they all are. I'm 99% sure. I think they all are. I can't tell for sure, but I'm pretty sure they all are. This engraving also is not my thing, but it is what it is. The weight distribution is weird. For like a kind of a heavier yo-yo, they put an awful lot of weight in the middle of it, and it really could have used maybe like a nipple or something and a little more weight in the rims. I feel like that would have kind of really given it something. It would have really made this yo-yo a lot better. Like, as you can see, this cup comes up, it's maybe harder to see on video, but this cup goes down a lot deeper and just has like a nipple there. Whereas this is just kind of flat and kind of comes up. and there's just a lot of weight concentrated in the center, and you can really feel that on the string. And if you're not if you're trying to do like more difficult things, like I didn't do anything all that tough, it really can kind of start to throw the yo-yo off balance a little bit. So it's not really a like practice yo-yo, you know what I mean? Like it's not a yo-yo that I would want to like learn a new trick on. Like it's fine, it's not a huge yo-yo, throw in your bag or whatever, just to kind of have on you, something you don't care about. But at the same time, I kind of feel like I really like a couple of plastic yo-yos a lot better than I like this, and they're, you know, $7 or $8 cheaper. So for me, I would sort of rather carry the wedge or the variant, the Brandon Vu plastic yo-yo that he did with Magic Yo-Yo. I feel like those perform a lot better. They spin a lot longer. They feel like a lot more stable, and they just have better gaps and designs and weight distributions, etc., etc. So I kind of feel like that at this point in time in yo-yo, this sort of misses the mark. It's not what it could be or what it should be. It's fine. The price is fine. A metal yo-yo for under $30 is great. That's great. I love it. I love that. It's nice to put things in price ranges for people, but I feel like for a little bit less, if you're okay with using plastic, which I am, you can get a better performing yo-yo, and that's sort of my gripe with this, I think. And that's really what I was kind of getting at. So Collossus 4, I think I like the Collossus 3 better. It felt like it had a little bit more power. I kind of like the shape of it. I like the shape of that one as well. Collossus 4 really could have used more rim weight and a little less center weight, and I think that really would have made a huge difference. But it is what it is. It ain't bad. It ain't good. It ain't great either. But it does come in some really cool colorways, although a lot of them appear to be sold out at the moment. But there are a lot of really cool colorways, and for a cheap yo-yo in cool colors, maybe that's just what you want—a metal yo-yo with a great splash. It plays fine, but nothing to write home about. Not the greatest yo-yo ever, but it's gonna do it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. Ooh, I have coffee. Cheers to you. I'll see you next time.